Alright, so this is going to be another reading for Sagittarius. And for the Sagittarius I'm reading for today, there may be something that you're kind of struggling to work through or struggling to be patient with. And with the Oracle cards today being compromised, beyond illusion, and postponement, there may be something that Spirit wants you to reach to the heart of and see the deeper issue within. And this could be something that you've been kind of putting off, something that you have been kind of denying to yourself or that you haven't been wanting to look at. And Spirit's asking you almost to compromise with yourself and take a look at things that maybe you haven't been wanting to take a look at. With postponement, you could be putting this off, and with beyond illusion, they're asking you to step beyond the illusion that you created for yourself, wherein you think you're fine without approaching this or you don't need to look at this, and actually step towards it instead of stepping away from it. So Spirit could be calling someone out on a little bit of avoidance here, but ultimately it comes through in a very friendly, kind of supportive way, where Spirit wants to help you and the universe wants to help you kind of work through whatever this is, rather than kind of running away from it. So I'm going to dive into the tarot here, Sagittarius, but before I do, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and for receiving the reading. If you found this reading, it's definitely meant for you. And if you can just like and subscribe, that will help lend your energy to the channel and help you send your energy in such a way where you can co-create these messages with me so that I can manifest messages that resonate more for you in the future. So definitely don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, I do offer them. You can email me down below in the description box for one. And thank you so much to everyone who's already received a personal reading from me. I've really enjoyed getting to know you guys, and I'm looking forward to doing more. Now, the overall energy for the reading is the Three of Cups, which really symbolizes connections with other people and how you're doing within those connections. Now, many of you may be kind of struggling to find stability and closure within your connections with other people. Things could be really rocky, or you could just feel like you're not really receiving what it is that you want to from those connections, or kind of receiving the support from those connections. Or for some of you, there could be something that kind of knocked you off course. And it's been kind of hard for you to get back on your feet and to really feel, fully stable again after being a bit shook around. I'm seeing in the recent past, it's been hard for you to kind of balance out. There could be kind of a lot swirling around in your mind. And in the current energy, you could be kind of on this journey of finding the strength within yourself and the clarity to kind of move forward and to keep going from a place of stability and balance. And with the Eight of Cups being here, your challenge is really to move forward in complete harmony with yourself. In the Eight of Cups card, we have the moon kind of hugging the sun, and they're intertwined, and this person kind of takes a cup and moves off into the horizon. And I see that being you, really trying to center everything going on within you, kind of center your masculine and feminine energies and find a harmony between them and kind of move forward from that place of stability. And Spirit's asking you to call on your strength and call on your sense of inner wisdom and clarity here in order to do that. And then as you move forward into the future, I do see you kind of reaching that stability with the 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. I see you really coming into your own, feeling more confident in yourself, feeling more stable, and kind of getting to this place where not only do you feel more confident and more stable, but you feel that from your own sense of self-sufficiency and self-reliance. You may feel a lot stronger on your own. You may feel like you don't necessarily need other people around you. It could feel good to have them around you, or you could have some good connections around you. But overall, I really see this being about a path to independence and self-reliance, whereas in the past, maybe you were kind of heavily affected by other people or other energies. Now let's clarify some of these cards. I want to see what it was that was kind of knocking you off center with the Two of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands keeps coming out, and so that's Sagittarius energy, but it's also just an energy of being really tired, being really overworked, possibly. Maybe you've overextended yourself. And at this point, you could be feeling really burnt out from some of the experiences you had and really wanting to feel more stable. For some of you, this could involve physical pain, so being sick or injured in some way. For others of you, I just see it as kind of being fed up with the other energies that are around you or things that you experienced from other people, and maybe kind of needing to go within in order to balance out. I see you really trying to consider, how can I become happier again? How can I feel that sense of clarity? And there could be a lot of different ideas kind of going around in your mind. And specifically, there could be something about your inner child being kind of activated or triggered and kind of needing to stabilize your inner child or speak to your inner child in kind of a nicer or happier way. And you could be kind of exploring what it means to be kinder to yourself or to be more proud of your achievements or something like that. Because with the Four of Cups being here as well, I'm seeing that maybe one of the wounds that you've experienced is this wound of rejection or of not being validated that could stem really deeply into your childhood and just kind of affect you really deeply here and be kind of heartbreaking. There could have been experiences of when you were trying to work with other people on things or balance out with other people, not being treated the way that you deserved. Or not being treated in a way that made you feel appreciated, and it led to that feeling of rejection that you kind of carried with you. And so part of your journey right now could be just kind of healing the part of you that feels rejected and the part of you that as a result may reject yourself. You could have taken some time off from a relationship or a connection or just a commitment that you had in your life, in order to kind of restabilize and to heal the part of you that felt rejected. You may have been in direct contact with other people who you felt rejected by, and you were kind of like, you know what, I need to kind of step away from that and rest from that. And this could have been someone who meant a lot to you or who you felt very attracted to, or you had like a good connection with them overall, but something happens in the connection in order to make you feel rejected or not good enough or something like that. And you could be kind of in this process of working on recovering from that and healing from that. And it could be really, really hard for you to rest. There could be this feeling of obsession over whatever kind of happened with that person or with those energies. And your challenge is kind of to really allow yourself not just to heal and to recover, but to slow down and to, take a proverbial nap or take a spiritual nap and just really rest your energies and stop worrying so much about what other people think of you, which, is easier said than done when you've kind of been dealing with this for a long time. And for many of you, you may have been dealing with this for a long time. This may be kind of an established pattern that you moved through, or like maybe a lot of time has passed where you kind of existed within these patterns and you're kind of working on releasing yourself from them. Let's take a look at Temperance. Yeah, you may have released yourself from someone here, again, who just was not treating you the way you deserved. And you're kind of like, okay, I've set myself free. For some of you, that might have happened a long time ago, or it's just been a long time that you've been going through this process of setting yourself free. And as you do that, it's kind of like you're learning how to ride a bike again. And that bike is you turning the wheels of your own healing process, Okay, let's move into the current energy now. I see that it's taking you a lot of your strength to kind of move forward from this, to walk away from it, and to have the clarity that you need amongst all of these changes in your life. There could be Leo energy that's present for you with the Strength card and the Six of Wands. That's strong Leo energy. For some of you, that might resonate. For others of you, maybe not so much, and that's okay too. And it's almost like it's taking all of your strength to release your attachment to what other people think of you. And this could be something that's kind of actively coming up for you, is like now that you're released from the actual energies that kind of triggered that rejection within you, now you're sort of working through the way that you speak to yourself and the way you see yourself and how that's tied to how other people see you. And it's almost like logically you could know that you don't need to put stock into how other people see you, but actually putting that into practice in your life could be kind of taking all of your strength, if that makes sense. You're also showing me a recognition of the fact that this is taken a long time already and it's going to take a long time. You're kind of saying, like, I know that it's not necessarily easy to work through my deepest emotions. It's not necessarily easy to work through my subconscious. And you have a recognition of that. You're being very practical about it. You're saying, you know, things might get hard, things might get gnarly, and that's okay. That's part of the healing process. I don't know why that is so central for you, but it comes through in the very center of your reading. So it's something that you're showing me you're very aware of on the conscious level. And you're kind of saying, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep powering through. If anything, you're like, what else can I do to heal? You know, what else do I have to do? What's the next step? And I see you progressing in your healing process with the Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles, kind of going from one step to the next, kind of continuing down the journey. And I hope that you're being patient with yourself. It comes through that you are being patient with yourself, that you're kind of reviewing the past, present, and the future so that you can be as thorough in your healing process as possible. And I just kind of see you in the thick of it at this time, kind of moving through every piece of it, you know, uncovering every rock, picking out every weed, and just kind of moving forward as best you can. As you do this, you do close out a cycle. It may be kind of subtle, but I see you kind of moving from this cycle of being tired, of being exhausted, of not being treated the way you deserve, into a cycle of being like, you know what, I can treat myself the way I deserve. I can give myself everything that I need. And it may be kind of subtle. It may be something that at times takes a long time. The way you think about this might be like, I'm struggling. And then you kind of look up one day and you realize, oh my God, like I'm actually doing a lot better. And you're like, when did that even happen? You know, when did I even start to feel better? You could be kind of holding on to the idea that you need someone else to provide for you in order to um, be okay, or to be your strongest self, to be your best self. There could be this feeling that I can't ascend to the next level or be myself without this other person or this other energy providing for me. And that's why it could have been so hard for you to feel rejected to someone else from someone else, because your sense of self could be wrapped up in how someone else perceives you or how someone else behaves with you. And so if someone else doesn't see you as worthy or doesn't give you the validation that you need, it could be very hard for you to see the value in yourself. And that could be something that you kind of hold on to as you move into the future. But I do eventually see you releasing that as well. It could just take some time. And for sure, until you do release that, there may be some resistance or some heaviness to your healing process, because there's a part of you that's deeply ingrained that wants to kind of hold on to this past pattern of relying on someone else to define your worth. And I see that being like kind of the next thing that you really begin to dive into. Once you release yourself from those people who actually triggered that feeling in you, you kind of begin to go much deeper into, okay, what does it really mean for me to feel empowered without needing the validation of someone else? And kind of finding that validation within yourself and affirming for yourself what it is you already know, which is that you're very powerful and you're very special and you have something to offer the world that no one else does. There could be times as you connect deeper with yourself and as you connect to your own power that you actually get triggered by what other people think of you over again. And that could be coming out because as you step into this new version of yourself that is independent and doesn't care so much, um, that pain that still needs to be healed is going to be brought to the surface so that you can heal it, if that makes sense. And so there are going to be times where you're like, oh no, what do those people think of me? Do they think that I'm weird for stepping out on my own, or are they judging me? There could be a part of you that explores parts of yourself that you've actually never explored before. But Spirit's asking you to kind of have faith in this process and to understand that you're going to be happier without those people. Even if you don't feel it yet, you're going to be happier without those people. You're going to feel a lot stronger. You're going to feel a lot more confident knowing that you don't have to connect back to those energies, that you can kind of start fresh. And you may be surprised by how happy you feel by yourself. You know, you may be surprised that you don't feel lonely without those people, or that you don't like them anymore, or that you're connecting with entirely new people. There's something about you being a lot happier once you allow that chapter to close so that you can build up a community that actually sees you for the person that you are and actually values you for the person that you are, and allows you to tap into your inner strength. And I think that once you tap into your inner strength and once you see that you have special things to offer the world, it's like a whole new world is going to open up for you where you're going to understand your own gifts on a deeper level, and you're going to feel like you have a lot to offer, and you're going to feel more confident, and you're going to feel more excited, and you're going to feel a lot more fulfilled because you're going to kind of understand what your path is, and you're going to receive opportunities related to that path, because once you understand yourself more, it's like this light is going to extend from your heart out into the world that's just going to kind of direct you forward. And that's a light within yourself that you may not have seen yet because you haven't found your inner strength and you haven't found your inner happiness, and you haven't figured out truly within yourself that you have everything within you that you need. And once you kind of get to that space, you're going to understand that the things you've seen as weaknesses are actually strengths, and the things that you've kind of seen as deficiencies are actually strengths. And you're going to become a lot kinder to yourself, and you're just going to have this perspective shift that I think is really going to usher in a lot more reciprocity in your life, and maybe connections that feel more aligned for you, connections that give you what you actually do deserve. And I just see you being a lot more happy and a lot more fulfilled when those connections come in, and it kind of starts with you separating yourself from other people, which I see many of you may have done a long time ago. For some of you, that could be 6 months ago. For others of you, that could be 6 years ago, 4 weeks ago, 4 years ago, something. I know that's like a long window of time, but you started this process a long time ago, and it could feel difficult at times to follow through with it, but just keep going, because I see a lot of happiness coming for you, possibly by Leo season, so by August, July, August, September. I see you kind of feeling a lot more excited about the path and a lot more clear about where you're going and why you had to go through everything that you had to go through. Yeah, you're gonna feel like very much in control of your own energy, and you may even look back at the people who put you down or rejected you and feel bad for them because they don't have access to you anymore, and they don't have a say in your energy anymore. And I see you just feeling a lot more confident and possibly building up a lot for yourself in the material world, maybe a community, maybe some type of project or product that you bring into the world that feels like an extension of your own energy that maybe so far you haven't been able to kind of unleash into the world. But as you step into your confidence and as you feel supported by the universe, I see you really connecting to the world around you in a new way and creating and being creative. Now, let's get 3 cards of advice. And if you would like to access the extended reading, extended readings are now available for this channel and for this reading specifically, and I'll have the extended reading down below in the description box. And we'll kind of go more into the energies in this reading, what you need to know, and specifically what's coming for you in the future. And that'll be on Patreon, and like I said, the link will be available below in the description box. Let's get 3 cards of advice from Spirit. The advice is that you are going to have connections with people that show you why the other ones didn't work out, and they're going to be long-lasting, committed connections that are going to make you feel really powerful. And so you don't have to be afraid. You're not going to be alone forever. You're going to receive a lot of support from other people, and it's going to feel empowering. And you're going to feel like, okay, these are people that I can build something with. These are people that I can create with. These are people who allow me to tap into my strengths and who make you feel like you're on top of the world. And that's really how you're going to know that you reached sort of the right place in your life, or, that you have moved through what you need to move through, is that's coming. And also that you made the right choice with releasing the people from your past. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope this helps. I hope it resonates, and I'll see you at the extended reading. Bye.